I'm Sharif Taleb. I'm the head brewer here at the Yonkers Brewing Company.
My name is Jackie Rubo. I am Director of Creative, Culture, and Chaos here at Yonkers Brewing Company in Yonkers, New York.
Hey all, Amanda here. Welcome to entry 70 of Great Beer Adventure. We are back with our second brief brewery bio from my Maine to New Jersey road trip. After leaving Connecticut, I set my GPS to New York. I started seeing a bit of traffic, but nothing too crazy. I also drove down this really beautiful road with very old-looking bridges that crossed over it. Each bridge seemed to look just a little bit different. I really have no clue exactly where I was. If you know, please be sure to hit me up on Twitter at GreatBeerADV. I would love to drive that way again sometime. For now, let's drive right on into New York. When I came into the brewery, a few people were having drinks and a few more people were sharing a meal. The food and the beer all looked so fabulous, I needed to know more.
We are pretty much two families that started the brewery, both Italian. So my brother John and his best friend Nick. The story is they used to make wine with their grandfather. So the Italians, of course, they make their handmade wine.
The beers listed on their menu board all sounded very interesting, so I asked Jackie to tell me more about them.
So after making the wine with their grandfathers, after it's a long, laborious day, they would crack open a beer. So as the bottle cap fell off, the lights went on. Hey, we can make wine. Why not make beer? And then they played around with the recipe and came up with a Yonkers lager. So we have been open here for about a year and 9 months, but we've been brewing down on the waterfront. So we've been around for about 3 years. So we always have 12 beers on tap here in the tasting room. Our flagship is a Vienna lager. It comes in at 5.4% alcohol. It's got a nice malty profile to it, so it's not overpowering, and it's a little dark in color. So that sometimes throws people off because they expect a really kind of heavy beer, but it's super light on your palate. That's our flagship. That's in bottles. We also have our IPA in bottles. Also a very sessionable beer at 6%. You have your New World hop notes in there, so your lemons and your oranges. And our motto, pretty much for any beer that we make, is start here, end here. And what that means is we want you to sit down at the bar before the game starts and start with our beer, and then when the game's over, end with it. So it's not overpowering, it's not too heavy, it doesn't destroy your palate, so you can still eat food and enjoy other things.
When it came time to ask Jackie about her first beer memory, she shared a little tidbit with me.
Goodness. I won't even tell you the watered-down beer that I used to drink, but what I can say is that while we were researching to open the brewery in different beer styles, any excuse to go drinking was a work excuse, so that made it a lot of fun.
After learning so much about the brewery from Jackie, I jumped right into wanting to know Sharif's first beer memory.
My first beer memory, I think I'd have to go back to when I had finished up college and I got to travel around Europe for a little bit. And when I finally got to the Netherlands, I ended up at this old beer bar. It was upstairs somewhere and it smelled like old wood and it just looked like it had been there for all of time. And I got to start drinking some Belgian beers and some lambics, and I had never tasted anything like that before, and that kind of really got my passion sparked.
I need to do one of these quote-unquote fact-finding missions across the ocean and find a bar much like Sharif told us about. Until then, I will have to keep exploring around here. And you should too. Check out Yonkers Brewing Company on your next road trip. For links to their website and social media, head to greatbeeradventure.com/070. And our road trip continues in 2 weeks with a stop in New Jersey. Also, if you know the road that I was describing, please don't forget to let me know about it on Twitter at GreatBeerADV. If you all, our fabulous co-adventurers, would like to support the show, check out our Patreon page. For less than the cost of a beer, you can show us some love. Go to greatbeeradventure.com/support. If you want to see even more from our adventures, follow us on Instagram @GreatBeerAdventure. And be sure to subscribe to the show. That way, you won't miss a thing. Great Beer Adventure is part of the Great Pint Society. Cheers.